Yeah, this doesn't really seem to like when I play that kind of music, so I'm gonna have to figure it out. They demonetize a brother in a heartbeat. All right, let's see.
Got hip to it.
You guys, everybody have Magicavoxel?
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure about Christina.
Yes, hello, what's up? This room you're going through with Magicavoxel. I got also nice.
Very good, very good. How are
Ooh.
you, Christina?
Good. Now I had a little uh, dramatic weekend last weekend,
Uh
but
huh.
it's good now. You know, it's important to solve problems, I would say, rather than just be devastated by them or what.
That's definitely the truth. Definitely
Yeah.
the truth. Oh, sorry.
Oh, whoops.
So what you're gonna be showing with Magicavoxel?
Yeah, we're gonna do some intermediate work um, in regards to Mubarak. Welcome. Come on up. I have to get. I'm sorry. One sec. I got to get this stream up in Magicavox. We're actually in the
Yes.
metaverse today. If you click on the link, and we will be going over some of the intermediate stuff we didn't cover on Wednesday to answer your
Hey, what's
question.
up, guys?
Hey, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing?
Yeah,
Hey.
I'm doing good. How about you guys? I hope you're doing great.
Uh huh. We're on the third
Yeah.
floor, so if you want to come up to the third floor.
Yeah, thank you so much, man. I do appreciate it.
Uh huh.
Yeah, first of all, can I introduce myself to you?
Well, we're actually going to be doing class, so if you're here for class, please introduce yourself. We're not going to be doing any shilling though.
Yeah, my name is Mubarak. I'm from Sudan,
Uh huh.
from Africa. I just move around. And I see your room, so that's why I get in there.
Well, welcome, welcome.
Yeah, I'm from Sudan. Did you hear about it, guys?
Did I hear about what?
Sudan.
I've heard about the country before.
Okay, that's good. This country located in Africa continent.
Mm hmm.
Yeah, in North Africa.
All right,
Mm-hmm.
so if you want to come upstairs to the third floor, you can click on the stream and you'll see me streaming. And we'll be going over Magicavoxels. And
Uh-huh.
let's see.
There's the.
So we're in the Voxels Metaverse on the third floor at the Blockchain Embassy. And I have an avatar out front. We're gonna be talking about this wearable that I just did and how to do it yourself if you want. So I guess you guys can see me.
Cool.
So just come on in, make yourself comfortable. Oh, we lost him. Yep. Christina, do you do any work in Magicavoxels?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but not that much complicated. I did some like glasses of wine,
Mm-hmm.
so people can get the wine when they come to my parcel. And like this a little a bonk I did recently.
Mm-hmm.
Bonk. So just glasswork. Actually, I don't know why. I just do glasswork. I'm now in crypto voxels looking.
Come on up, Dennis. How you doing?
I see you. You're in car or what?
Yeah, that's me in the car. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
That's
cool.
me in the car. Yep. Come on up to Dennis. You can click on the link in the pinned link, and it'll bring you to the blockchain embassy, and then just fly up to the third floor. I think I might have.
I'm doing some laundry, so sorry.
Oh, no problem. No problem. I was just saying if you wanted to get to the stream where we're streaming the video of my desktop, it's up here on the third floor.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. This is actually 2. I'll go ahead and get started. Are you watching my stream, Christina?
I'm coming there.
Okay.
I'm looking here. You have a pool.
Oh, at the bottom.
I see pool. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta make it to the top.
I guess I could do that. Let me see, and then just listen in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what happened to all my cryptocurrency? Oh my gosh, it's gone. Just kidding.
Man, don't do that. don't do that. Jeez. Oh, the pizza hat is cool.
So I see a pool out in front of me.
Uh-huh. Go ahead and hit, are you on your phone or on your, no, hit F to fly.
I'm on my phone, but I see some pizza head person.
Oh, yeah. You want to fly up to the third floor.
I want, oh man. Okay, hold on. It like zoomed out.
Oh. Yeah. On your phone, they give you a little button that lets you fly. You can fly on up.
Okay. Fly. But what do you press to fly?
There's a little button next to your directional pad.
Yeah, I see it.
That says fly. Yep. And then look up in the sky and hit up on the directional pad.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Okay, now I see some blockchain thing, embassy.
Yep. Come on up through the window on the third floor. We're gonna have to make a elevator or some stairs for people.
Why does it zoom out so much?
Or you know what? Let's just do this. Hold on. Let's just do this. Go back to the pinned link. I'm gonna delete it and edit it. And here, we'll just do this. Try that. Try that pinned link. That should be a little better.
Oh, sweet. Boom. There's a palm tree. Benches.
Yep. That's the room. I'm over here in the front. So if you see this window, I mean this video on the other side of my car.
I do not see a car. I see a palm tree. Oh, I see somebody with a sword.
Somebody with a sword.
Yes.
Oh yeah. But you don't see my car?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, click on the screen in the corner opposite from the guy with the sword. There should be a screen in there. Go ahead and click on that.
Okay, I clicked on the screen.
I see us.
Okay. So it's like a YouTube video?
Yeah, click on the YouTube video.
Okay, I'm seeing it, kind of.
Yep. And just click on that. Click on
Is
that, and it'll show you. Yeah, you can navigate closer to the screen. If you want, I can actually I'll
That's
post
fine.
the YouTube link if you want to just watch the YouTube link too. I'm
Yeah, let me
pinging some people in here, so.
yeah, let me get the YouTube link.
Okay.
Is it like YouTube live or something?
Yeah, I'm streaming right now.
Nice. So what is this whole
We're gonna
talk
be
about?
going over Magicavoxels. So basically, the application that lets us create the 3D pixel art.
Oh, sweet! That's exactly what I wanted to know how to do.
Okay, Magicavoxels. We'll be going over the some of the intermediate stuff. So
Is that a paid service that you have to?
no, it's a free. It's absolutely free.
So like that. That's
Oh,
how you have to create your wearables and stuff.
that's how you create the Vox files that become your wearables. Yep.
Oh, nice.
We do wearables class on Wednesdays.
Oh, sign me up.
Yep. I'll get you the Discord. I'll tell you what. I'll put the Discord up there.
I don't like Discord.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
No, no worries.
Well, that's why we moved it to the blockchain. I mean, to the blockchain embassy, so
Nice. This is pretty.
so that everybody could just show up.
Nice. I think that's a pretty fantastic idea. Can you? Is my volume kind of like annoying? Can you hear? Like,
No, you sound
I know
decent to me. How does he sound, you guys?
Can I leave my mic open or?
If you're not, well, if you need to ask a question, you could just But if you're not, like, I would hate for you to leave your mic open and then not be around it, and But yeah, feel free to unmic whenever and talk. Definitely, as long as it's not an issue.
No. I'm just folding laundry and.
Oh yeah. Then yeah, if you're sitting right there, for sure. Come on up, Ope. We're gonna be going over intermediate Magicavoxels today.
And so this room's being done for replay, so I can go back and kind of see what I missed. Or...
Yeah, it should be on my YouTube channel. The live should be on my YouTube channel.
That's awesome. I like that. It's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
So be ready for lots of questions.
No problem.
You might regret bringing me to the stage.
No problem. Yeah, we like questions. All right, let me.
Careful. So I have an NFT that like I had custom made for me.
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying that if I took some time, I could like cut that down and kind of make the equivalent kind of wearable, maybe like a pixelated wearable like that?
You'd have to build it inside of the stage, and there's some caveats involved with that. Think of it like if you were doing pixel art in Photoshop, right?
Yeah.
And you'd have a 32 by 32 stage to do your pixel art in. That's the size. The same thing with voxels, except you just add one more dimension. It's 32 by 32 by 32. You cannot decrease the size of the voxels. You can't give yourself more resolution. All you can do is fill up that stage with the voxels that are there, and then because it will the metaverse will reject the file, at least for a wearable's sake.
So from what you're saying, what did you say the width dimension is?
The who?
32 by 30. You said the 32 by 32 by 32.
Yep. It's 32 by 32.
So
by 32.
If you filled up all of the voxels that you're saying, it would just be one big square that you'd be walking around with. Is that correct?
It'd be a cube. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So here. Well, you're not looking at my screen then, right?
No. But I thought you were gonna.
You'd be looking at the answer to your question.
Okay, let me see if I'll click on the thing. But so in having that logic, which was pretty good to understand, let's click on the video. Hit play. So okay, yeah. So that's the thing. So are you saying like the upper part you'd have to be as your head, or
Nope. This is the stage. This is the front of the stage. This is the front of the stage. This is the back. There's the roof. And then, the front even has its own, So inside of this cube, you can fill it up with whatever geometry you can create and make yourself a wearable, right?
okay? Oh, I see.
Using different colors.
But what I'm saying, what I'm saying is, it's not stackable, right? Like this isn't your leg.
No. You do that when you get inside of the crypto closet.
Okay.
So if you're looking at the screen now, you'll be able to see this is my crypto closet. And so you can create all these different characters with different wearables. For instance, this little car engine thing I used it to sort of make this character. We're going to go over that in a second. But you can see how I made like a backpack for him. And
Nice.
yeah. Oh, sorry.
I like the fact that you're teaching people how to do this, right? Not how to like buy other people's stuff, but how to create it.
Yeah, you can create your own. So we started off over here with some of these designs, and we've eventually kept creating. And now, on Wednesday nights, I give people the absolute basics and the essentials on how to create these wearables themselves. But I actually buy from. I'm part of the marketplace. Like I've collected a few wearables from some people I like, and people have bought my wearables. So there is a market. It's it's not. I'm not gonna sit up here and pretend like you can get rich off of it. With that, but yeah, there is a market.
I definitely like the style in which you're doing what you're doing. Because it's exactly kind of along the lines of what I like to do is like experiential marketing. You provide somebody a good branding experience, and once you do that kind of goodwill, of course they're gonna want to look at what you're doing, what you bought, what you sold, what you created. But I like the fact that you give them the option also to create their own.
Yeah.
Because you can only control what you create, right?
Well, yeah, that's the whole purpose of this, which is, we're with the Land Development DAO, we're the education arm of the Land Development DAO. And it's the Metaverse Builders Academy. Hold on, I need to actually update that logo. It's the Metaverse Builders Academy, so hold on. I'm tired of being in that car.
How do I get rid of that like not the echo, that like the time delay I'm hearing?
Oh yeah. Well, you might want to mute the YouTube. Since you can hear me in Club Deck. So yeah. So since you can hear me in Club Deck, you might want to mute the. Yeah. So
okay.
I'm trying to just give it a second, you guys, see if anybody else wants to come in before I get right into it.
Okay, let's.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
What are you at?
Oh, what's going on? So yeah, Come on. It's playing with my emotions. Sorry. Hey, Skip, come on up. Deborah, you can come on up. If you guys have not downloaded Magicavoxels, you want to download that. We're going to be going over some intermediate techniques, some workflow. What up, K-Bot? What up, champ? It's the people's champ.
You, bro, what's up?
I can't call it. I might spoil it.
Hey, I subscribe to your YouTube channel.
Oh, nice. Nice. Thank you, sir. It's not a bad idea, you guys. It's not a bad idea at all. Come on. I'm trying to get my logo up, but it's acting funky. It's acting terrible. Yeah, if you guys would want to share the room, that would be great. Wow, it doesn't even want to show the old one. See, that's why sometimes you just need to leave stuff alone. Okay, well. I'll fix it later. I'll fix it later, you guys. Alright, cool. So if everybody's watching the stream, I'll show you guys. I don't know if you saw this, K-Bot, but I got a new whip. I got a new whip.
Oh yeah. Oh.
The LexxMobile.
Hey, congratulations to your winning.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
Could you tell everybody what that was, please?
Yeah, I actually forgot. You know what's funny is Medicat was the one that told me, but I haven't been able to verify it yet. So I was like, you know what? Let me verify it first, because I've been trying it all day to find it. But I think I might be in the contention to win, if not having won. He told me and Wacko Zacko, so hopefully he's not trolling us. But yeah, I think I placed in the top 10 for my contest that I was a part of. It's the Hanshin. I'll show you guys if you guys pay attention to the screen. Let's see. So it was a contest, and the contest had some, cool ramifications. Basically, we needed to create a spot that had like a multifaceted use inside of the metaverse. And so my creation was what I designate the Hanshin.
Oh wow, it was beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's a mansion shaped like a hand.
Hanshin, is that what you said?
And yeah, it's called the Hanshin. And so each well
Wow, it's gorgeous, amazing.
Thank you. Actually, let me switch up my costume.
That's your car. You need to take your car off.
I know. That's what I said. I'm sorry, it's blocking the whole view. Here, let's do this stuff. All right, cool. So the place the place needed to have the utility of being, you know, they said in 2026, I think they said, a full quarter of people are going to be in the metaverse full time, and so they said we need to create a space that would accommodate that. And
Wow. Very, very good. You know what you get, Lex?
what's that?
You get the clap track.
Oh, that's pretty sick, bro.
Thank you. I get the clap track. If you
got
go
the clap track, bro. What? Exactly.
So wait.
Go ahead.
So what you kind of created is so that you can go rent one of those like Chinese pods that you can sleep in, but then you could be in the metaverse and be living in a Hampton.
Well, yeah, definitely. And these spaces are going to reflect how much time, like some people are going to be, you know, permanently in the metaverse in terms of, you know, working. So, I mean, you know, relaxing. So there's a bedroom in the thumb. Then, you know, maybe religious endeavors or working, education, continued education, social life. You know, all of that is going to take place in this universe. That's my mom and my auntie over here, in case anybody.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, and so yeah, I didn't know I was gonna win, but yeah, so this place only can hold 5 people at a time because it's a space, but it's not quite the metaverse. You see that we're in the void, but I imagine like having a corporate place where people can eat and hang out. This was supposed to be like a little play on like a water park or something. I don't know. I don't know. I love the run animation, don't you?
I do.
And I, you know what it was? I gave him Lionel Richie. That's what it was. I gave him Lionel Richie. That's what it was. All night long. That's what sealed it for me.
All night long.
All night. I gotta be careful or they're gonna demonetize me again. Yeah, so this is the place that won. Some of the other places are spectacular. This is the most updated list I've found, and the Hanshin right here got 842. The point zero, which is like almost 5,000.
Yeah, let's see it.
I wish I had a link to click on it. I don't. They did an expose on some of these, but oh, thank you, Ope, for sharing the room. I appreciate that. Let me make sure I get people up on stage. Hey, let me mod a couple people too, if you guys could help me out. K-Bot, I'm gonna mod you.
Oh, thanks, bro.
And Forte, I modded you. Definitely. Cool.
When I'm done in the laundry, I can help you bring people up. I'm good at that.
Oh, cool. Appreciate you. And yeah, so this is like one of the space down the rabbit hole is, you know, I think it was in, you could build in Decentraland, or I think you could build in here in Crypto Voxels. Some of these were really cool. But they don't have like all of them. I can't read the Chinese. I had to try to translate it, so yeah, I'm still trying to figure it out. It's the Lantern Project, and yeah, this was on the 12th. These were I was in last place on the 26th. I mean on the 12th. So apparently, you know, I got a lot of votes to get up, like 842 votes. You know, I think that's what they say. Yeah, 842 votes for the Hanshin. So.
Congratulations, brother.
Yeah, right. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. All right, you guys. Cool. So if you guys want to, I can definitely provide the link for anybody that's interested. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Discord. And the Discord is where we have our community. Where we at? Did it pop it open or no? Where is my Discordia? Everybody likes trap music, right?
Yeah.
Oh, why doesn't my Discord want to open?
Last night I accidentally ended up in the magical voxel. Is it the purple place?
Well, Voxels.com, yeah, is the purple place. I guess you could say they have purple in their logo.
It's really beautiful.
Oh
like
yeah,
the water, like there's like water running through it. It's like a.
Well, you're in Voxels right now. You're in Voxels right now on the 3rd floor in the blockchain embassy.
What's up, Johnny?
Hello, sir.
Hey, Johnny.
Welcome, welcome.
Hello, Christina.
Come on up. Shia, Brittany, Lewis, Deborah, come on up. What up, Plug?
He's got a lot of good wearables in the metaverse.
Mm-hmm. If you guys,
I got one.
Who's that?
I got one of earplugs, wearables.
Oh yeah,
it's one of my only wearables.
Earplug is dope. Earplug is tremendous, tremendo. Let me try this again. Yeah, we're gonna be going over the rest of Magicavoxel, explaining some of the ins and outs that we didn't get to in the It's not showing me no love, huh?
Johnny, are you creating in Magicavoxels?
Am I what?
Creating? Are you doing this kind of stuff? Or are you learning just like me?
Oh,
I don't understand the question.
Are you already doing this kind of stuff, like creating like content and wearables and stuff like that?
I am a fine artist, making my photography and creating stuff IRL and URL. I'm not focused right now on creating wearables or spaces. Just trying to expose myself to many features of the metaverse and excel in what I do and share what I do to make the world a prettier place.
But Johnny, you should mentioning you're still in my garden. Since last May, actually, we did event with Johnny photographs, and you are still there in the garden in Voxels, and there is even your cutout. So you are literally there, like cut out of Johnny in real life is standing there.
Yes, thanks to Christina.
It's still there.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. I was on the main outside patio wall, which was quite the honor. And I think I was like one of the first one-man shows. Then the second show came, and she moved my art into the garden, which is beautiful. And I took people there last night. I took like 5 people there last night, and we all went to Voxel, and I showed them NFTology, and showed them the art and the DJs, and I pushed a button, and I ended up in water up to my waist in a club where there was stadium seating, like of cartoon people's heads, and there was a DJ playing, and Donella was there dancing. And there were like 5 people there, and I walked around it, and I didn't know how I got there because I accidentally pushed a button. So I pushed another button, because I tried to make a, what's it called, a womp? I tried to make a womp, and I pushed the wrong button, and I ended up transporting to another space, which was this black and white floored, purple walled building that when I left, I was on a street, and it looked like Victorian.
Oh, did we lose him?
It was a lovely like 2-hour excursion, and I just walked, and I just walked around, and I've never really walked around the streets. I've always gone straight to Christina's place, gone inside, and just roamed around there. And last night was the first time I left that area and explored.
You went into the world. This is amazing. Just wondering.
I felt like I was trespassing, like I was in someone's empty house, and there was someone next to me, and you know, I I don't play video games, and so I'm not that um, um, practiced with moving characters on the screen, so I look slightly epileptic, and so there was someone next to me, but I couldn't turn around because I ended up on the ceiling and lost my character. And by the time I got to the ground, that person I don't think liked that I ignored them, and they walked away.
Oh.
And so it was interesting. But then I walked around this house, and I really felt, and I took womps the entire walk because I felt like I was broke into someone's home because I didn't have permission to be there, and no one invited me to be there. I was just in this person's home, this empty home. It was interesting.
Right, so have you ever felt like you were trespassing going to a website that no one invited you to?
No,
Great point.
but the website is there for me to learn information, I assume. It
So is the
I don't know.
metaverse.
It was so interesting because I thought it's so open. I said, what in my head? I said, okay, it's cool that I just entered this person's house, and this other two people were in there, and they were talking to each other or whatnot, and I kind of roamed around, but I felt guilty. I had tension. I was afraid they were gonna catch me and kick me out. Like, it was really interesting watching my emotional reaction to being alone in someone's space without consent. And I thought, that's cool, but what happens if 400 people showed up and suddenly this house is full of people? Would that be annoying to someone that their house is full of all these people in their way?
Well, that I think that speaks to the heart of the metaverse experience, right? What is the metaverse? The metaverse for me is collaboration. Some people say that it needs a gamification element to it, but for me, the metaverse ultimately is about collaboration, and it's about existing in a space that exists whether you're there or not. So it's a form of digital reality, right? What K-Bot said was very insightful. These spaces exist to be explored. There's information and even hidden secrets in some of them, and they're forms of expression as well as these wearables. And people create wearables. They create these spaces so that they can express themselves fully and demonstrate their art, their NFTs, their music, maybe even use find other ways to provide utility in this space, because this is an actual reality, even if it is digital, right? And to that end, I wanted to share with you guys what the Land Development DAO is. I am the community education manager for the Land Development DAO, and our DAO is a response to a problem that we find in the metaverse, and that's 30 to 40% of parcels are laying vacant. And so these are the ones that have been bought. I think there's like, if you round up, there's like maybe 8,000 parcels sold in Voxels right now. So 30-40%, we're talking, anywhere from 2,000 to 3,000 parcels are just sitting dormant, and they don't have any development on them. Whether someone tried to FOMO in, or they bought the land because somebody said to, and they don't know how to build or construct on it. This has become an issue. So yeah,
Christina, for Christina, if you had not done NFTology and the parcel that you have, would that be blank right now, or did they put the building there?
There was the skeleton of the building was there, yeah, but I have modified it quite. But there was the skeleton. Mm-hmm.
We actually go over the built-in tools inside the Voxel universe. So if you want to learn how to modify your space or your parcel, we teach that on Mondays at 7. Yeah. So the Land Development DAO is basically our solution, our attempt at a solution for what seems to be kind of endemic in most metaverses, is that people buy land and maybe don't know how to develop or don't have a desire or time to develop. And so we're working on our white paper right now, but we're interested in doing land staking, where people can stake their land with us for in return for our coin. Where we can build on custom builds on parcels and then rent them out. We also want to create like utility, which is where this whole conversation came from. Movie theaters. You know, I'm pushing for ice skating rinks, roller rinks, public forums. We want to create an opera house. You know, so there are a bunch of different places that people can enjoy inside these different neighborhoods and inside this metaverse. Since people are going to be spending an inordinate amount of time in it, you know, more and more so as they get onboarded. So that's what the land development DAO is. We're constantly looking for people who want to stake their land and provide us with, you know, an opportunity to see what we can do with their property. And also, this education is a public service and also a drive to sort of jolt the industry and give us some fresh blood with some new ideas and promote expression in the metaverse. So that, yeah.
So, John, if you, for example, follow here this Lex and learn how to do your space, we can add the link to the garden, and you can have there like your whole experience that you would create totally how you would want, linked. For example, this is how people can, like a user case or what, and it's amazing. And now I'm gonna just shut up and listening to Lex.
Christina, one more thing about that. Like yesterday, when I took these people there, I said, now watch this, and I touched the piece of art. When I was on your building, when I touched the piece of art, I would go to the sale, OpenSea, and you could see it for sale and buy it. But now in the garden, it doesn't do that. Is that because you don't own the garden space particularly, and it's not the same, or why? Why would it not be?
There happened some little problem with some of the pieces, so I'm gonna check it out. They even disappeared few pieces of yours actually, but the truth is that it's a long time there already. So. But I've noticed, so I'm gonna check it out. I can check it right now.
No, don't worry about it.
It was there. It was there. The links.
I do have a gift. I do have a gift.
Yeah.
I do have a gift for you, and I'd like to have a closing day party where we take the art down, and I celebrate that last moment. But I do have a gift for you, so we'll talk about that later. Thank you. You've been so good to me, Christina.
Yeah, she's wonderful. I truly enjoy the rooms I share with her on Clubhouse, and so yeah, I just wanted to tell you that, Christine. Give you.
And when
flowers.
I first approached her, she fought me when I first approached her. She's like, "Who are you?"
No, I didn't.
Hey man, you know, who knows? You know, you got to protect yourself out here in these metaverse streets. No, I'm just kidding. This is one of the spaces that I built, and I've been playing around with JSON files and creating derivatives of it. Let me see if this link works. Hold on. Hey, I think it worked. So this would be like if that was the Batman place, this would be the Joker. Sort of like the polar opposite. And so you can create some really compelling, you know, spaces and experiences in here for anyone that's interested. And so it's, you know, and so like I said, we go over how to do all of this stuff. This would be his mortal enemy. Well, not that guy, but this guy over here. That guy. And so, you know, we go over how to build inside the spaces, and today we're going to be talking about how to add these type of implementations here. This is actually a Megavox file, and when we go over our spaces, it's one of the features in here that we're going to talk about right here, Megavox. If you'll notice, it says 2 remaining because I've used 3 already, and so a wearable file, okay, is usually set to 32 by 32 by 32, but a Megavox file can be up to 124 by 124 by 124, and so that's one of the things that we're going to be going over today as we explore some more things. So let's go ahead and get into the Magicavoxels. If you guys have it, go ahead, open it up. And is that music okay? You guys can hear me? Maybe I can get a little closer.
I can hear you.
Okay.
Just Johnny, the links are working. I've tried it now. I'm
Okay.
gonna go more often to courses here with Lex to learn better how to navigate because I'm trying it now and it's working. And now, let's
Okay.
let's
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's
I'm so,
let's
I'm
watch.
standing next to you. I'm sitting next to you.
Okay.
I don't know how to sit, but I'm standing next to you. I'm anonymous right now.
Yeah, if you're on the phone, if you're on your computer, you can hit the G key and that'll give you some emotes. One of which
Yeah.
is the sitting. But if you're
Okay.
on the phone, you don't have you have limited options on the phone. But
Thank
this
you.
is still a metaverse that that is accessible, you know. And K-Bot hit it right on the head. One of the things that makes this metaverse so powerful is that it's accessible on most forms and most devices. So if you guys join me in your Magicavoxels app, just a quick primer again. We're professionals, so we use our hotkeys. That's what I think one of the things that distinguishes. I play around with it, but it's really a useful notion. If you ever find yourself in software that's constantly being updated and changed, then it's hard to stay an expert, you know, in a software that's constantly updating itself and evolving. So I think Kevin Kelly said we're in the state of perpetual beginners. We're all newbies. So how do we differentiate people who are professionals? And I think professionals understand that software of all kinds have inherently hotkeys built in because the functions that have hotkeys are usually the ones that the software designers thought were relevant or important or worth distinguishing. So to that end, to me, one of the most important areas of the entire application of Magicavoxels is this area down here where it says hint hotkey. This is going to display any whatever you mouse over, it's going to display information about that and give you access to some hotkeys that will kind of clue in for you that this is an important function. So this is your file menu up here, your project menu, your edit menu, and then your brush menu. I call it cascading brush. And yeah, I probably need to I love it, but you guys do. All right, cool. So your cascading brush menu and your settings. So if you wanted to change the background, you know, of your window here, say you have a very gray model and it's blending in back here, you can really just click on this in effect and, you know, switch it out. So so that can be kind of useful if you need some sort of contrast or differentiation while you're designing. And so yeah. So if you have downloaded the program, what you want to make sure is you come down here to the color tab and avail yourself of the ability to change these colors, please. This is not a comprehensive list, and you want to make sure that you have access to all the different shades, values, saturations, and hues. A lot of people miss that because it seems like it's hiding down here. So make sure you pop that open. I'm going to oh man, I think if you guys are interested in the Discord, let me know, and at the end of class I'll post a link to the Discord so you guys can join the community. Over there we have a bunch of channels that help you, give you the walkthroughs. But if anybody wants to download the program and they're having trouble, please let me know. I can walk you through it, no problem. Okay. Go ahead.
This is a silly thing to ask. You can only do that on a laptop, not on a phone, right?
Right. This is a laptop or a Macintosh. This is a computer app. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. There are some apps for tablets, and if you want, we can get some schooling about those. I have some stuff that I use on my my iPad Pro that make things a little easier sometimes, depending on who you ask. So,
because I think I have like a really cheap laptop that doesn't have much memory, so I don't know how that would work.
Yeah, it's not a very heavy program unless you're like doing rendering or something. I usually don't use that part of the application. So let me see. Okay. Yeah. Let me just all right. So as a recap, if you want to add voxels to the stage, well, there. Let me start a new file. So when you first come into, let's do a new file. All right. When you first come into the stage, you're going to be confronted with something that looks like this, you know, maybe a different color. And this just means that everything on your stage has been filled in. So first thing I usually do is go turn on my grids and my frames down here in the corner. Now, you can introduce voxels to the stage by hitting the attach, the erase, or the paint function for various brushes. Your box mode brush, right? Your face mode brush, which is sort of an extrude as well. So if you drag, you can extrude with it. And your voxel mode brush. So, and this one has some various settings to it. We go over this a little bit more in depth on Wednesdays, but if you're interested, you can actually change the size of the voxel, and depending on what kind of shape you're interested in having, whether 2D or whether 3D. And it just changes the size and shape of the brush, the line mode. And again, I give you guys some cautionary tales on, you know, what you're actually doing when you're adding this to the stage. So try to make Wednesday class if this is appealing to you, but we're going to go into some of the intermediary functions right now. So one thing that you'll see over here in the project menu is you can add all kinds of different files. So for instance, no, save change, no. Oh, I forgot. This is my Shiba Doodle. It's one of the wearables I already created. You can see it's 32 by 32 by 32. And it's just a pet that I created, and I saved it into this folder. But they have all kinds of different files available. If you find yourself in the world view, just select something and then hit this little arrow. You'll come back. And you'll see this one has different, you know, file sizes. But so if you wanted to ride around in a cop car, you can, you know, you can create one of these as a wearable. But yeah, so, you know, make sure you avail yourself of all these different files. I don't know what this is. Ah, there you go. So you can see these little characters, just voxes. So this is a project menu, kind of useful. I don't really use the outline function. The shaders are definitely interesting, and we're gonna get into that in a second. Here, let me go. I downloaded some extra shaders. So shaders give you various kinds of utility. And this is the shader tool. You can hit C and enter into shader mode, and then you can create, let's see, what do we want to create? So you do these twirl downs, and you can find, like I said, I downloaded some extra ones. So what you would do is you would click on the shader that you want, and then you would come up here and hit the play button. And so you see you can actually have grass created, right? Do I want to go into shaders, or do I want to finish out this tool set first? What do you guys think? You guys want to go over shaders some more, or come back to shaders and go over this tool set first?
It's fascinating. What you're doing is fine.
Okay. All right. Well then let's do the tool set. All right. So, we went over these 3 brushes in class. These 4 brushes in class. This is shaders. I guess I was kind of already going through the tool set, but here, let's come back to this. So, so if we introduce voxels to the stage, right? We introduce voxels to the stage. We can always use these modifier keys further down in the cascading menus. This is the transform function. The transform function has some further options down here at the bottom. this is your move loop, okay? It just basically shifts. It shifts your what's on the stage through, you know, on the stage, and it creates like a loop. So I, you know, depending on what you're doing. Now you can kind of access this function if you're in another mode by holding down the control key, and if you just click and drag, you can kind of access this loop function. So if you want to move your thing around, you gotta use your indicator, the red mouse indicator that we talked about on Wednesday, so that, you know, you can use that with the control key. But the powerful uses for this tool, in my opinion, come in this secondary tool, which is the scale and the two-sided tool, transform tool. So you can see that you have these arrows to translate it on the stage, just to affect the position. Okay. Oh, thanks, Dennis. I appreciate that. Thanks for the tip. Definitely appreciate that. And so what you want to do is you want to make sure that, you know, any of the arrows move it along these axes. So the blue axis is the y-axis, the red axis is the x-axis, and then the I guess this would be green axis is the z or z-axis. Okay. So you got x, y, and then z. So side to side is x, up and down is y, and then in and out is z. Okay. Now the cube is the scale function. Now what you'll notice is I'm not actually changing the size of my shape here. I'm actually changing the shape by adding voxels. Okay, so keep your eye right here. Hold on. Keep your eye right here on this cube right here. You'll notice that it's 4. When I get to scaling it though, everything is sort of scaling sort of uniformly to the best idea of what the computer can do for you, or the program can do for you. But you'll notice how all I did was add voxels to the shape. This is a new shape that's been sort of stretched more than scaled. Okay, so you can squish it and stretch it, and a lot of times that's what you're gonna have to do, because what happens when you come into the stage initially, it's 40 by 40 by 40. That's a trap, you guys. You don't want to fall into that trap. First thing you do when you get here is change that to 32, so that you don't have to play with this scaling down function later on. Forte knows what I'm talking about. We were doing that a little bit earlier today, weren't we? Oh.
Yep. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Hey Lex,
Yeah.
are you guys in the Discord?
Oh no, bro. Come to the click the pinned link at the top, bro. We're in the metaverse, bro. We're in Voxels, we're in Blockchain Embassy on the 3rd floor. You got to show up in all your glory, bro.
Yeah, is this the 3rd floor I'm in?
Should be. Let me see. Oh, that's me downstairs. Where you at? Did you log in?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there you are. Yep. So you see the screen at the front of the stage?
Yeah.
Yeah, click on that. I'm streaming through YouTube now.
Oh, okay, bet.
Yep, we streaming through YouTube right here into the Blockchain Embassy, and then you'll be able to follow along with me.
Oh, bet. Let me just take a seat.
Yep, just take a seat, my brother. My brother.
Yeah. Hey Lex, do you prefer the YouTube stream as opposed to Twitch?
Yes, I do.
Could you talk about that briefly, please?
I don't like what Twitch has become. Honestly, they're just too centralized, and they have too much power, and they use the ban hammer without explaining themselves to anybody. So from that regard, I don't like that. Also, though, I don't know. Just I feel like YouTube gives you so much more information, and you don't have to like go jump through hoops in order to get more insight and information. Like you got to be like a verified member or something like that, or hit a certain quota before they start giving you like info in Twitch. Or I don't know. I didn't appreciate my Twitch experience.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah. So YouTube is much more comprehensive, at least in my opinion. Yeah, so we're back here in Magicavoxels, you guys. You'll see that the cube, again, is the scale. And what you're not really scaling, you're squishing, okay? I need you guys to remember that. Now, What's interesting is because we're creating everything out of these voxels, and again, voxels are just 3D pixels, right? So because we're creating everything out of these 3D voxels, when you start to rotate, things get really interesting, right? And you can actually create some interesting shapes. You see, the computer's trying to do the best it can to approximate what it thinks I want based on how many degrees I'm deviating from, right? So I still have my vertical buildings, but now I've got like this cheese cracker, Cheez-It or something, with this diagonal feel versus the straight edges I had a second ago. You see? And even this geometry right here has changed from just a regular rectilinear shape to, you know, almost this kind of, you know, I don't know if you guys ever saw the Fortress of Solitude with the Kryptonian, you know, the Fortress of Solitude thing. Even more so when I distort it on different angles. So if you want to create some interesting geometry sometimes, just rotate it. Just rotate it. See what happens, you know? For instance, I'll give you an example. One of the builds that I had here, I did this angel wing, and I'll just appropriate it real quick. So I hit T, and let's do this. Yeah. Right up. That's terrible. That's still terrible. Maybe you get a better.
Hey Lex.
Yeah.
You got a question in the chat from Opay.
Shoot.
Can you explain transformation tool again? I was trying to use it earlier. I couldn't save it.
I got you. Okay.
How are you saving it?
I'll definitely go over it some more. I'm still in the middle of it right now, but I'll definitely circle back and start as soon as I prove this point, right? So just playing around real quick with an angel wing, right? All right. Yeah, it's ugly. You know, you guys know I do a much more cohesive job of painting than this, but this is just to give you an example of a real life sort of scenario I was in when I was creating my angel wing. So, with the transform tool, this is the loop tool. So the move loop tool will just basically loop your voxels on the stage in whatever direction you're going in. So, you know, depending on where your cursor is, you can loop it on the stage in that scenario. And you'll notice how if you really want to use the transform tool in any real sense, you want to go to the the scale and the translate position. So scale position. These arrows are how you translate it on the stage. Okay? So you can move it on the stage using the arrows. Now here's the thing. If you move it off the stage with just the scale position tool instead of the loop, and then you deselect, okay? And you deselect it by, you know, going to attach, erase, or paint or something like that, and you come back to transform, you have lost your geometry. It does not remember for you. So that's a way to sort of crop your shape if you want to. If you don't want to, you better get used to hitting that undo key, okay? Now, one of the discoveries me and Forte made today on the Macintosh, they got rid of these cubes for the scale, which I thought was particularly interesting. So we didn't know. So we were moving it around the stage with the arrows. What they did was they incorporated the stem of the arrow with the cube, and they're two different things. So when you highlight on the Macintosh, when you highlight the stem, then you'll be able to use this functionality right here where you actually move, you know, where you squish, squash, basically, right? So I built this wing, though, to show you what I was talking about with the rotate function. You can see that the wing it's kind of interesting, kind of boring, but then when you start to rotate it, you know, you get some really interesting sort of geometry happening, right? And usually it gives you a base to start playing around. You know, look at that. Like, that's kind of interesting how it laid it out like that, right? It's definitely a definitely different shape because it used to be vertical, remember? And even if I rotate it back, Well, if I rotate it back, it'll probably do the same. But you can see how it feels almost kind of curved now, like it has a curvature. That's from playing around with this rotate tool. Okay, so the transform tools down here are very popular. I mean, I'm sorry, I don't know what this wrap is. I really don't. Oh wow, that's kind of cool. So I guess you basically move the outer or the bounding box. This will be the bounding box. That's interesting. Oh, look at that. That's cool. I did not know that. That's really cool. Hey, I'm finna. Okay.
Are you holding the shift key down when you do that?
No, I went to the wrap function here on the transform, and I went to the scale, and I'm increasing the size of this white bounding box, and by doing that, it's replicating the geometry that's inside. So check this out. I got an idea. If that works, then say you wanted to build. All right. So you do this, and then from here you could say F, right? And then build this, and then select this, and then hit your transform. Hold on. Oops. Hit your. Oh, sorry, I lost it. Yeah, hit your transform, and then you could. Oh, hey. All right, cool. Yeah, this is yeah, this is a more powerful version of the face tool. That's powerful. And then so from here you could do a deselect, right? And then go back to attach, and then add on top of it, right?
Can you mind saying what you're doing?
Okay. Yeah. I want to actually get it on the stage first. So yeah, I'm trying to build it, and then I'll explain it as at least as I understand it, right? So if you create a sprocket, right? You create a sprocket. Is that shift? Yeah. So you create a sprocket on the stage, okay? Whatever it is, whatever this is. I'm just playing around. Okay, this has a bounding box based on all of the different voxels inside of it. So when you pick the wrap tool, what you're doing is you're increasing the size of the bounding box, but you're also duplicating what's inside of the bounding box. So you can create like a fence. Say you created like a picket fence. Not just that, but what I was interested in doing was say for instance, okay, say you were building a like a
motor.
Yeah, like a motor, or like maybe even like an animal, right? Let's say here, let's do this, right?
Or in your case, like a skeleton.
Or in my case, like a skeleton, right? Exactly.
It looks like My Little Pony, if anybody remembers that.
I particularly enjoy My Little Pony. Thank you very much. They're just trying to find their way in the world. All right, so all right, so say this is interesting. Okay, let's explain the Marquee Tool, because I've got to explain that a little bit too, to explain the power of this wrap tool. That's really cool though. So that's the transform. You've got we'll come back to this. So you've got your loop, your scale, your wrap, and then your rotate. And that's really, really interesting. Now, you've got your selection tools right here now. This is your marquee selection, and then this one right here will be your region selection, okay? Your marquee selection works. Anything you select, it's going to draw an X-ray vision all the way through your stage. So you're going to draw from one part of your stage, and it's going to go all the way through, and it's not going to spare any voxels that it touches, okay? Here, let me give you a little bit more of an example.
Wow.
So.
All right, so yeah, so the Marquee Tool is funky depending on where your view is, right? So if I wanted to select this front row of voxels, it doesn't matter. Like say I just grab this region right here, it's gonna go all the way through. And if I'm not looking at the camera the right way, it's gonna grab these too. So you see how I was kind of off? So if you're kind of off, it'll grab like a diagonal. You see how I kind of grab this funky selection? So what you want to do, you want to make sure you actually, click on your camera views. If you double click by accident, you might end up in your world view. If you end up in your world view and you see this little numbers thing over here, these are layers. Don't mess with them. Just click on this arrow again. If you find yourself in here and the arrow is dull, it's because you don't have anything selected. So just select something or select what you're interested in, and then come back to the model view. So you can actually change your camera view down here so that you can get like a decent. I wonder, can you do orthogonal view? I wonder if this. Oh, this is cool. Okay. Yeah. So now when you use your marquee, it'll be a little straighter. See? Now, whatever you have selected, you actually can protect, right? So, let's see. Let's go 0 and let's go 0. Okay. So whatever you have selected, you can hold down Shift and you can actually add to the selection as well. But whatever you have selected, you protect, okay? So if I come in here and I try to paint, it'll let me paint everything except for what I have selected. You see? So that can be a way of protecting, but also you can use don't forget, you can use your transform tools after you grab your selection, right? So don't forget, the selection is multifaceted. It works in a lot of cool ways. Now, I would be remiss to talk about selection without coming over here to the select menu. You can select all from this menu, okay? If you just select some of these, and you can select the inverse. So say you wanted to select all of this and leave this stuff over here on the wall alone. You can actually come over here and select everything on the wall, right? You can select everything on the wall. And then hit inverse, right? And now you have this stuff. So play around with the selection tool, get good with the selection tool. It definitely, and or none. You can copy, cut, paste your selections too. So I never really use that as much. Say copy, let's see what happened. So you can save a selection. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. I didn't know that. See? You guys learn, I learn at the same time. Alright, cool. Oh, interesting. Oh, okay, so this is not saving a selection. This is actually saving the shape inside of the selection. So if I copy and I paste, right? And I get my transform tool, I actually have more geometry. So it's not saving the selection, it's actually copying and cutting and pasting the voxels. Yeah, that's what I thought it did. Okay, that was interesting. So you hit none and no. So you guys recognize that you can create some really interesting stuff just using the selection tool. Be careful with the marquee tool. Make sure that you have your view the way you want it, so that you can make sure you make appropriate selections. It's interesting. Yeah, we'll play around with this some more. Yeah. So that's the selection tool. Now, the marquee tool. this is your brush select. So it lets you, you know, brush on. Now, since I have this symmetry, the symmetry is what I use to create this. I went over symmetry in the Wednesday class. So, so I won't go over it again here. You guys just can play around with it if you want. But the brush tool basically lets me create like a box brush selection. Okay? And then this is the box select. The box select lets you draw an actual bounding box to select, you know, whatever, and you can actually move the actual selection around, which is cool. So you can increase your selection. Now what I wonder is if I select something with the with the brush tool, so I hit shift and I'm using, this is how the box brush works. That's interesting. Hey, okay. So depending on what brush you use, that's what determines what this marquee tool looks like, right? All right, and then I come over here to the bounding box. Nope, it didn't. Wait, oops, let me do this. So if I hit shift, wow, very powerful selection tools. You guys seeing this? So I can make, if I hold down shift when I'm creating this, I use the brush tool to get these these voxels over here, right? I use the brush tool to get these voxels on top. And then I switched over from my marquee tool to this sub menu. I switched over to the box select, and I'm able to even select more voxels now with the box select. Right?
Oh, that's dope.
And now I can, and now I have my selection. And like I said, you can actually pick a different.
Do you have the mirror?
Go ahead.
Excuse me. Do you have the mirror modifier on right now?
No, I don't have mirror, or this is mirror. Oh no, it's reset axis. This is the mirror mode. So this is symmetry mirror mode. You'll know that it's engaged when it's yellow. Yep. And so now you see that the selection that I made, I came over here to the tool and I hit fill, right? So full gives you, fills up your whole stage. But full fill will actually take the color you have selected and paint everything you have selected in there. So if you're just painting with your regular brush, right? If you're painting with your regular brush, you'll paint everything except for what you have selected. You follow me?
Right.
But if you want to fill that whole area in, that's what the fill tool is for. You dig? Everybody dig?
I did.
So this is reverse empty space. So if I created this area, all right, say for instance, I wanted to create a box that has a bowl made out of the middle of it, right? What I would do is I would create my bowl shape, right? And I'll show you what I did there in a second, right? Right? And then I go reverse space. You see? So it filled in all of the space that I didn't have filled. So all the empty space, it filled it in. Does that make sense? Does everybody see that?
That's like an indent into that box? Right?
Yeah, so I'll show you again. Hold on. So hold on, let me do it like this. All right, so let me do this. Yeah, let's do this. So we're gonna do just so that we get some geometry on all the walls, right? So you see all the space that I filled in, and then all this negative space. If I hit reverse, I swap them.
Oh.
So I fill all the negative space and I delete anything that was there already, right? So say for instance you wanted a cube that had your logo L, right? This is sloppy, but you see what I'm saying. And then you hit reverse. You see?
Right.
Yep. So this tool menu is kind of fun too. Again, you want to be very careful with this because what will happen is if you use the double, it'll double the size of your stage and it'll double the voxels you have currently on the stage. So you see there's much more complexity here because the stage is so much bigger. Not because the actual size of the voxels has changed. These voxels are the same size whether I do this or whether I do this. Voxels are the same size. The only thing that's different is the stage. You want to be very careful and you notice that, okay? Man, I'm kind of all over the place. All right, I was explaining the selection tools. All right. We went over all the marquee tools, your marquee, your brush, and your box select. The brush works the same way. Brush works the same way. That's interesting. Yeah, I gotta play around with that, see what that means. This is your magic wand, okay? These are the settings for the magic wand. You can set it to same palette color. It'll select everything that's the same palette color. Hold on. So, same palette color. You can set it to region. And if you pick region, all right, then it'll select all the connected regions. So it'll select this green, but not this one because they're not connected. But it'll select all of those because they are connected. Okay? So that's region with color set to 4. You can pick geometry. And everything that was connected on this side, it'll select all the geometry and it won't care about the color, right? So just come in here and, play around with it. And you'll be able to learn, figure it out. But yeah, so you don't really need the pick voxel color. That's just the alt click in any tool. So any tool that you're in, if you're trying to paint with one of these, any tool that you're in, left click and it'll, you don't ever have to click this button. Okay. I don't ever click this button either because region remove. It basically lets you get rid of a region. See? And depending on how you have it set to geometry or color, it'll let you delete. So that deleted the whole geometry that was connected. Yeah. So I don't really use that much. I do use this paint fill or region replace. So you can do a region replace if you have it set to connected regions, right? Even though it ignores all the color and paints it all the same. Or you can do it here. So the difference between geometry and color is kind of important. You guys definitely want to learn that. Okay, that's all of the tools there. That's all the supplemental tools. Now let's go back to shaders. Shader, shady. Can't believe y'all caught me singing on. All right, so again, you got to come in here and play with these different ones. They do different stuff, so just select them. You can come in here and play with the regions. Some of these, depending on what the colors happen. Oh wow, see, you can make bricks. That's pretty cool.
Oh shit, you made bricks.
Yeah, these shaders are powerful, man. These shaders are pretty powerful. So yeah, if you pick the color now, you can come in here and change this by changing these settings, right? So you say mode 1, you say the width I want it to be set to 7, the height I want it to be set to 3, and then the depth, let's make the depth a little deeper too, and the grout size, can we make that, no, I don't want it 0, I want it 1. All right. And then the grout color, it says 1. So you see the grout color right here is set to 1. This 1 is talking about a color over here on the palettes. Now, these are not actual colors. I want you guys to not think of these as colors. I want you to think of these as color wells, okay? These are color wells, and each one has an index number. This is index number 1. So this is the color that this is using for the grout color. Grout color number 1 is right here. Okay? So if I want to change the grout color, I'd have to find out what color I want it to be. It's 6. Let's say 6. So we come over here to 6, and then we hit play, and it should give us what we asked for in our settings. And that's how you play around with shapes. I mean, with some of the shaders. You got to play with the different shaders, okay? Because they give you different capabilities, all right? But here, if I do like a little paint. Oh, wait. No. I want to do this. This is what I want to do. So I hit teeth. And yeah. All right. So again, you got shaders. You got this brush palette over here. You got noise. It doesn't have anything. I must have moved it. These correspond to the different shaders you'll find in your directory. And if you guys have any questions about that, we can go over that. These create different, different shapes. See? That's not what I wanted. Rebels. Oh, that's interesting. That's not what I wanted either, though. Stairs. Oh, yeah. So you can create a ramp using these parameters as well, right? So if I change this to 8, now I've got 8 stairs. So get used to using the shaders, you guys. The shaders are kind of powerful. Primitive. Voxel shader master. That's what I wanted. Not you. I wanted you. There we go. Hey. That's what I wanted. All right, check this out, you guys. So we're going to create some scaffolding right here with the brown, right? And then we're going to come in here with the voxels, and we're going to get us a little green color, and we're going to take you down to, you know what, we're just going to do this. And we're going to add these little green dots to our scaffolding, right? Then we're going to come over here to, doggone it. Yep, there it is. Vines, okay? Come over here to vines. Come over to random seed, that's fine. We're going to increase the growth a little bit. Increase the length a little bit. And then we're going to hit play. And we got vines, baby. And so what you want to do also, I think you might be able to select a bunch of these colors and do that. No, it didn't do it. Okay. So you come in here and create your different vine colors. Right? Add your little vines. I want to show you guys something cool real quick, so stay with me. You guys enjoying this? Anybody learning anything?
Yeah, man, you're doing fantastic. I'm trying to understand who taught you how to do all this.
Research, my brother, research. This is research. All right, Twitter. I found this on Twitter. The guy who actually makes these shaders has a pretty comprehensive explanation on how this works. So there you go. Now you got your vines, right? So using your vines and the tools that we have here, right? Come over here to your auto select, and we're gonna select, you know what? Let's just get rid of these stairs, and we're going to select, oh, let's do 0, 0. And we're going to, well, let's see. So if I select, oh, that selects everything on there. Okay. So let's do a select all, right? And then, yeah. How do you deselect? That's a good question. Oh, no. So let's do color and select all of these. Hold down shift, right? That's how we do it. So I wanted to select the vines. You select color, select all of these, and hit inverse. Now you have all the vines selected, right? Okay? Now, what you can do here is you can drag across numerous colors. Hold down shift, right? Drag across a bunch of colors, right? And then right click on one of them and hit random, right? And it'll color it randomly using all the colors you have selected. So if you don't like that, you know, you can say, give me all these colors and all those colors. Random. Oh, I got purple. I don't want to get purple. See? Now if I want that staircase back, I could just click on this and go back, find the staircase, and ba. So same thing works here. Same thing works for the floor. And if you do overgrowth, I think overgrowth works the same way. Yeah. So overgrowth is like vines and grass. So you could put this on the wall over here and it's like growing moss, right? See? So if you wanted, yeah. So you guys can play around some more. These are some that I downloaded. I'll take the shaders that I downloaded and I'll save them to the Discord. So you guys can just drop in the Discord and grab them if that's interesting to you. Okay, so that's the shaders. That's the shaders. I don't use pattern mode. I don't really understand it 100%. Didn't make a lot of sense to me. I probably should try right now and then I'll figure it out. But I don't want to be on camera trying to figure it out. So, yeah. So that is a shader. That's the shader. So you want to make sure you pay attention to the argument, like I said. And if any one of these in here speaks to like a color, they're talking about the index color over here. So if it says index, it's referring to which color well or which index color well over here. Okay? Let me see. I need a little water. Anybody have any questions? Am I by myself?
No, you're not by yourself.
Oh, sweet. Okay. Baba Shaka, come on up. Lex, come on up. Hey, guy, come on up to the stage. You guys are welcome. Come on up to the stage. What up, Baba? We are doing Magicavoxels. Hopefully, you got it started, because we've been going into the advanced part of it for about an hour and a half now.
No, I could just I can listen to you now, man.
Okay.
And just
Sweet.
And kind of multitask. I like, you know.
Cool. So in the edit menu over here, I click on all just so that I have all of the tools, but you can click on just the transform options or the show modification options. It might be easier depending on how much space you have on your screen. Diagonal. Huh. That's interesting. Is this mirror? Oh yeah, it creates a copy. Okay. Yeah. So let's just go over for right now. Let's go over the modifications. Well, let's finish out the transform. So we got rotate 90 degrees, right? Where you rotate your whole scene 90 degrees. Along the X, along the Y, along the Z. Real easy, right? You can flip, right? Same thing. Loop, just loops you along this way. Same thing as the loop tool for the most part. All right, so you can just sort of translate your whole stage this way. Okay, and then scale. You can tell by what axis you want it to scale on. So if you say X by 2, then hit enter, it will just scale along the X-axis. So this is the X-axis, obviously, but now you're outside of wearable range. But again, now that we're doing advanced, let's go 124 by 124 by 124. Okay. Now remember, this scales your whole stage. So if I hit enter again, it'll scale my stage. And well, it just increased it however much I needed it to increase it for this. So be careful. I guess it didn't scale my stage. It scaled my model, and it resized my stage to accommodate. That's an important distinction. Okay. So 124 by 124 is megavoxel size. So we can do some megavoxel stuff. So if I hit control, I can actually move this right here and shear along the Z axis. Haha, wow. So shearing is sort of taking the whole thing and leaning it like the Leaning Tower of Pisa, right? So if I say along the Y axis, I want you to do half. You see how it diagonaled? That's really cool. That's really cool. Oh, it's so cool. That's so cool.
Yeah, baby.
That's a discovery. And you guys,
You can almost like make like stadium seating like that, huh?
oops. Oops. Yeah, actually, I'm trying to figure out which way. It's flip. It's one of these. Oh no. Okay, so let's do this. Let's do all and then close the select, and let's do rotates, and then let's do mirror long. There we go. Mirror long X. Yep. And so if we shear again, let's see, can we do another shear? Huh. That's it. Oh, that's right, because we rotated it. All right, so what we want to do is we want to rotate that back. Oops. Maybe Z. Yeah, okay. We rotate it against Z, and then we do this again, and it's sheared. Well, we have to play around with it, gentlemen, but I think you guys are excited as I am, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I do
Absolutely.
this and I copy. So if I do this and I hit Control C for copy and then Control V for paste, and then I rotate it on the Z axis, there's your stadium, bro.
There you go.
There's your stadium.
Yo.
Yep. So I'm holding down Control and I'm dragging it down. And look at that. Like, that looks like a Jumbotron.
Real. Yo, save that.
For real.
Save that, yo.
You guys are funny. All right, so here we're going to do... Yeah. All right, so that's shear. We've got scale, we've got rotate, and we've got repeat. So if we say repeat along the x-axis and y-axis 2, oh. So you saw what it did, right? Now it made my stage bigger too, right? So the idea here would be to come in here and then go to let's go to scale, and we're gonna scale the whole thing by 0.5, right? So we make it, oh, I'm sorry, that was a mistake. We want to scale XYZ by 0.5, right? XYZ by 0.5. Y'all follow me? All right, so now my stage is there, okay? and then I want to take everything and I want to repeat it along the X and the Y by 2, and now it fits. You see? Did y'all catch that math?
That's dope, yo.
That looks like a garden.
Right. It's many things.
All right, and then yeah, so we can flip it along the Z-axis, and there we go. It's like a garden almost.
Oh, I can have my cannabis grow.
Yeah, bro. Yes, you can. Yes, you can, bro. We out here facilitating grows out here in these metaverse streets, baby.
Man.
Fantastic. Fantastic. And I wonder what this looks like if you start rotating it. I'm always interested in how, well, I guess since it's so rectilinear, it's not going to have there we go. That's getting some funky geometry. Interesting. All right, so that's the transform menu. You guys see how that works? The loop works again like the transformation on the loop. Oof, man, man needs a massage. Here we go with the show modification options. So these are, if you wanted to mirror, you can mirror it. Uh-oh.
You got another chat question, Lex?
Oh, I have a chat question? What's the chat question? Somebody help read those for me because I can't get to them in Clubhouse. Go ahead.
It says, when coloring, how do you get the fine details in it if you only have a 32 Vox box like eyes?
Okay. So painting is I want you guys to think of the medium, and this is one of the discoveries I've had with the medium, and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. So here, let's go to we were talking about this earlier. Who asked that question, Forte? Do you mind telling me who asked the question?
Ope.
Oh, hey, Ope. No, we're not gonna save this. Okay, so this is a file I was working on, and I was telling Forte that this guy has one skin color, right? But if I just do one skin color, it looks like a blob. You've got to add variation. So what you're gonna find is that I've got almost 8 or 9 browns here. So this is one, right? Let me go here and go to paint. So if I hold down Alt, you'll see that I'm changing colors. 2. That's the same one. That's not the same one. 3. 4. Okay. 5. So that's 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Various shades of brown for the most part. We got I'm not gonna do the lips, but you can see this darker part of the lips and the eyebrows. So we're working with 10 different colors here just in his face. So as I zoom out, you still can see, even though it's small, you still can kind of see which way he's facing. And not because you're following the eyes so much, but because the light on the face and the highlights on the face kind of give you that direction. So when you paint with variations. You know what I mean? Like, I got lazy on this one, and I'll show you guys. I won't be able to save it because when you change palettes, you might undo the palette that you had initially. I'm gonna show you what I mean. There's 4 palettes here, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Usually I like to come to the 3rd palette and start off with all neutral grays, and then you can come in here and twirl up your color palette right here and literally create your own colors. So you start off with the first color you want, you right click on it, you click on this to copy, you go to its neighbor and you paste. So you start with the same color, you make your modifications, you copy, right? And you continue, right? So that you can create your own, like you should create your own gradient, right? and maybe even add a little bit more saturation so that you have your own gradients and your own color palette right up and down this thing. It really is much more beneficial for you to do it this way than to do it this way. See what happened? I lost it. Now my guy looks like Pagliacci the clown. Right, so let me undo all the way back. So I really suggest you guys start with the third palette and create your own colors. But because I'm telling you, you're relying on these colors as a crutch, and you're gonna have ugly colors. Okay, you're gonna have ugly colors. Get in there in the saturation values. Get in there in the saturation numbers. Get in there in the value numbers. Get in there in the hue numbers and actually change those, modify those. If you have to go up and down, from 86 to 87 to, change it, by small indications. Create actual fascinating colors. And here's another thing. Don't create a jagged approach is not going to get you what you're looking for, okay? When it comes to sculpting, a jagged approach is not going to benefit you, okay? Hold on, let me show you.
Can you give an example of what you...
I totally. So you see, look at his hand. You see this hand right here? I use different colors to differentiate, but when I zoom out, you really don't know what it is. And that's because there's just too much geometry. It's not very effective with its geometry. I call it the Lego method, right? So look at this character's face. This character's face is flat. Absolutely flat. As flat as possible. Why? When I zoom out, you still can tell from almost a distance. You can tell by virtue of the contrast in the colors and what I call the Lego method, right? Lego made a whole Lego movie that's like a cult classic. And they created so much emotional depth on their characters using a sticker. And that's how you have to paint. You have to paint like it's a sticker sometimes. Because overcomplicating the geometry, if I would have made this into the shape, like I gave it a little bit of shape, but for the most part, this is flat too, right? You see how all these surfaces are flat? So you can see the contrast from a distance, and it's not like the geometry is not getting in the way of what you're doing with your color gradations. You following me? Mm-hmm. So too much geometry is wrong sometimes. Sometimes the flatter you can get it, the better. I mean, you see his butt crack from a long ways away, even though that's a flat surface. I call it the Lego sticker method, okay? So paint on the flat surface like they do with that sticker, and the contrast. You got to use the contrast in order to really take advantage of what you're trying to do, right? Here, I'll give you an example again. See, too much geometry right here. Too much geometry gets in the way, and some of this I already minted this, but some of this I probably needed to come in and you see I could have took out some of these. I could have took out some of these and made this more of a straighter line. You know what I mean?
Or you could have used what you just learned today, that skew tool.
Oh yeah, definitely. But do you see what I'm saying? The extra geometry doesn't always help you. What's going to help you is the contrast with the paint. The contrasting colors is what's going to help you. And don't make it, if you stay, for the love of God, do not use this color palette. Use one at the very least. Don't use 0, okay? Don't use the 0 color palette. These colors are web safe and they're all oversaturated. These are not good colors. These are not good colors. These are better colors because you have various levels of hues and saturations involved here. Bad colors. Bad colors. Okay? Shoot.
Okay. I like the idea of painting like it's a picture.
Mm-hmm.
And this is one of those things that I guess like out of a child's mind. What if dark equaled depth? What if there was a palette where dark equaled depth?
Yeah, dark is not going to give you depth. What's going to give you depth is contrast. So it's dark up against light. and the degree to which you provide that contrast. Contrast is huge in my art. You guys will see it all over my art. You can see that this blade looks like it's shining because the contrast, not the colors. You can see the inside of the blade, not because I scooped it out. Yeah, I did scoop it out. I did scoop it out. But you don't see the inside because I scooped it out. You see the inside because of that light, the lightness of the inside of it. You see, even at this far away, it still registers somewhat as a sword because of the contrast. And because I use these variations, these gradations. You see how many different colors I use in here just to get this shine? Don't skimp on the colors. Do not skimp on the colors. And give yourself flat surfaces to paint. Give yourself flat surfaces to paint. Be judicious with your sculptures, okay? Did that answer any questions? You good, Ope?
I'm going to go in the audience. I'm going to join the audience.
She said no.
She said, what's your question? Ask your question.
She said she was talking about the eyes.
Oh, okay. So here, the eyes. Okay. So this is one example of eyes, and I'll open up Malcolm again. But again, it's still just contrast, right? So you got to remember, how are eyes shaded? The top part of the eye in a human eye actually has shading in it. This is a three-dimensional sculpture. It's a sphere. The eye is a sphere, right? So I recessed it so that, you know, when you look at it from the side, you can actually get some of this sort of parallax where things are stacked on top of each other. But again, I use all these different colors. That is 1, 2, 3 different colors for the eye. And then this is gray. This isn't white. Because otherwise she'd look psycho. See, if I do like this. Oh, oops. That was erased. Let me hit G. So if I paint this like white all the way around, she looks psycho. You know what I mean? Whereas if you give it a little bit of gray or even blue, like a blue. Well, that's too blue. Maybe this. That's still too blue. This one.
How did you add 3 dots to the eyes in the 32 box? That's her next question.
3 dots to the eyes? I don't know if I understand.
Like making them starry-eyed?
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, that looks like a plus, but when you zoom out, it looks good. You see what I'm saying? That's just a plus. But I'll go into the Malcolm edit. I'll go into Malcolm edit. I think it'll be better.
And she said she likes psycho eyes.
That does not surprise me. Where did I need to organize this crap so much better. Jeez Louise. Where did I put the new stuff? The new stuff medical. Conchale Vale. Oh, malware. Probably malware. Yeah. Alright. Alright, so he's different. You see? Much more reduced, much more subdued. But still handsome, right? Let's take a look at one of the other models since that one wasn't good. Maybe Bruce gives me a difference. So Bruce is just one color next to another, right? But here's what I did. I dropped the color in. So you see how I dropped the color in? I brought the eyeball out here. So if I get rid of that, you'll see I dropped the color inside there, and then put that on top of there, so that when you turn, you actually see the color of his eye, but as you're looking, you get that parallax, so it looks like he's looking at something.
That's dope.
Yep.
You'd have made a whole little community of people.
Yeah, I'm still working on it too. We got the 3 different flavors. Let's see. No. Yeah, see?
Oh yeah.
So it's still the plus, but it's the double plus, I guess, you know.
Pharaoh, come check this out.
That's dope.
And you can see, look how many different colors I have for her. And you know, she's white. Well, she's not white, she's vanilla. She's vanilla colored, but look, I've got 1, 2, 3. That's a different one. 4. This one down here might be different. 5. And then this dark for her earlobe. So we're talking 5 different colors just for her. So that when I do this, it still registers. And you see how, look at how flat her face is. If I could have changed this, I would have added a little bit more under her chin. Although it looks good, but you know, from the side, it's not as what I wanted it to be. But yeah, from like most angles, 3/4 it looks good. From the front it looks good. From the top it kind of looks good. You know, for the most part, the side is not so much. But you guys get it.
What about the I don't know how to pronounce it. Sabradoodle eyes? SABRE.
Oh, Saberdoodle, the Shiba Doodle. Okay. Yeah, let's puppy. Why does he look stoned? That's probably should have been blue, but he's a little. He got a little contact buzz. All right, so see what happened here. So for these eyes, I've got the black right here. Then I've got a corresponding gray right under the white. So that as you zoom out, you see what it does? It's almost like a Pokemon on a Game Boy. Look at how they painted the Pokemon on a Game Boy. You got 2 different green. Well, yeah, 2 different greens right here, right? But you could have made this green actually different from that one. So here. Why am I bouncing? Somebody.
Bob.
See? So if you do that, you add that little bit of color and it even distinguishes it even more, right? You could add a blue. And now his eyes look blue-green. See how beautiful that is? And all it is the differentiation of color. Color variation, baby. Oh, look at this tongue. This tongue is all one color. That's terrible. Unless, of course, I did that on purpose. I probably did do it. Nope. Yeah, I probably did on purpose. I didn't want people looking at the tongue like that. But see, one little line on there, and look, now it's almost. So you guys catching along? I probably could have added some more yellows, like a different yellow here, right? Yeah, the lighter yellow here.
So she loves the detail on that. That's pretty cool.
And even more, you see? Now look at the cheek. See how that cheek stands out from this one? I could even put a little outline right here on the eye and it would have been super cute. Look at that. Now this cheek looks chubby, like a baby cheek, versus this one, which is just colored. You do not want big swaths of the same color. You see how even on the shadow, I changed it up a little bit here on the shadow. You follow me? Everybody catching it?
Yeah.
Alrighty. One last thing, and I think that'll be it for this class, ladies and gentlemen. We're going on 2 hours here, so let's do new, and we're not going to save. And we're going to do that, and we're going to do this 124. Scale, shear, rotate. Oh, the rotate is actually helpful too. mirror. You guys saw that diagonal.
I like that Richard Nixon nose.
Huh?
No, I'm just messing with you.
Okay, so this was useful too. So all right, so if we go to shape and we can create any one of these shapes, pyramid, cylinder, right? Cone. Purlin is this weird alien thing. So this is interesting, right?
Right.
Kind of interesting, I guess. This is how they created that thing outside of Los Sleazy's.
Oh yeah, that little that giant tree thing.
Yep, and so you get different purlins based on clicking it, right? Fractal. I guess it doubled the size for some reason. The maze is kind of interesting.
That's Jada Pinkett.
Oh wow!
I'm not gonna touch that. So that's the maze. That's how I created my maze space.
And what dimension is that? That's I can't see it at the
It's
top. Of your
124 by 124 by 124.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Let me do this. All right, so I'm going to create an ellipsoid, right? And what you'll notice how if I start to erase, the inside of it was filled before I started erasing, right? So say you just wanted to get rid of it and just make it like a shell, right? You would select everything, and then you would click on this hull. And then when you click on hull, it looks like nothing's happening. But then when I come in here and I deselect and I erase, you'll see how the inside is. Oh, see how we're on the inside now?
Oh wow!
So hull will get rid of all of them on the inside, right? If I Alright, so now if I click on this and I hit flood, now you'll notice that when I delete, oh, well, come on. Oops. Ah, there we go. Alright, I think you have to be on attach. Is it doing it? Come on. Oh, it's shy for some reason. Or maybe I'm not supposed to select them all. Deselect. I guess not. Alright, well, it's supposed to do it. Flood is supposed to fill it with everything. So maybe it has to be a filled shape. Maybe that's it. There we go. Alright. So when I hit flood, yeah, see? It flooded it even on the inside with these pink ones. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So that's hull, flood. I haven't used the rest of these. Dilation. That's interesting. Oh, that's interesting. That is interesting. You can create different shapes too by eroding and then dilating like a pupil. That's interesting, you guys. Look at that. All right, so I'm just getting rid of some geometry here, right? And so if we say dilate, it'll expand, right? And we say erode. Erode is like pouring acid on it, right? And dilation is like swelling it. So that's erode. That's interesting. I like that. Texture.
I gotta tell you something, bro.
What's that?
Okay, so Bit Pixie just whomped
a party from her parcel at Big Pixie's bar.
Yeah, I know.
I tried to teleport there.
Uh-huh.
It kicked me out because it's an NFT gated event.
Yep. I could have told you that.
It's the first time that's ever happened, man. It's on and popping.
Yeah, I could have told you that, bro. Right?
In what world?
In Cryptovoxels or Voxels. All right, so cool. So I want you guys to play around with this. I want you guys to start creating some stuff. Remember, you're going to either be 32 for wearables or you're going to be 124 for Megavoxels. And I'll show you what to do with the Megavoxels on Monday. Everybody dig?
I dig.
All right,
Yeah, bro.
sweet.
Thank you so much, Lex.
You guys rock, man. I hope you guys learned something from this. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I promised you the Discord link, so let me just do this. This is a direct link to my link tree, and all of my stuff for the most part is in there. So, and the Discord is in there as well. So Dennis, is Dennis still here? No, Dennis bounced. Yeah, that'll take you to all of my stuff. Well, everybody in here for the most part knows me. I know all you guys. You guys are probably all in my Discord anyways. And with that, I guess we could say thank you for coming to our Metaverse Builders Academy class on Magicavoxels Intermediate. It's a 201 class. I am your host, Lex Luker, helping you learn how to express yourself and design for these metaverse futures. I have a lot of fun with these classes, you guys. I learn, and it's just really fulfilling. And when you guys show up like this, it just means the world to me. So I just, big shout out to all you guys, all my friends. You guys are so dope. And if you're coming to this class via the video on demand, please join us Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. It looks like 7 p.m. is going to be the time. Maybe we'll do something on Saturday earlier for our people across the pond. But for right now, you don't got to go home. You got to get the hell out of here. Love y'all. If y'all have any questions.
Hey,
Thank you.
Unless y'all have any questions.
Thanks.
You have any questions?
Thanks, Lex.
Everybody
Yeah,
good?
But there was one more question in the chat.
Oh, what was the question in chat?
It was about fractal. Can you explain fractal?
I don't understand fractal. I don't know what that does. So no, the answer is no, I cannot. Who asked that? Ope?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, Ope always meddling. Why you always meddling, Ope?
Hey, when Ope gonna do another music room?
Alright, thanks you guys. We'll see you guys soon, probably in another room. But this one is about to go kaboom! Maybe we'll start.